am muted. Recording here because it wasn't uploading. I'm going to put this here. All right, everybody. Shoot, I meant to put that there. I'll do it later. Okay, we are live. So I got a couple questions from you guys yesterday about, sorry, getting adjusted here, about sort of how to practically set goals, given what we've been talking about, and exactly how to do it, sort of getting a little more granular, because I keep mentioning, okay, use the vision and goal setting worksheet and then use the tiny habits method that we did for 2 weeks and sort of put it together. And one of you said, can you just put it together for me? Of course I can. So yes, I'm happy to do that. So I'm going to walk you through that really quickly today. I just put in the comments for the Facebook group, I'm going live in an hour from now doing the deep dive into the science behind why we self-sabotage, how the brain gets in the way of setting goals. I put the link in the Facebook group here. I'll also put it in Mighty Network. If you haven't signed up for that webinar, even if you can't make it, sign up so that I will send you the replay if you're not able to make it. It's going to be an awesome webinar, bunch of science, a bunch of things that you've probably already heard from me, but really, really good to hear again. It'll help solidify it and cement it for you. Make sure you jump into that. Today, the doors officially open for the shift. Many of you have already come in because you've been on the wait list, but now the shift officially opens today for anybody who is wanting to come in and do that. So it's very, very exciting. I will be talking a lot about that on the webinar at the end, but there'll be a lot of cool information in the beginning. A lot of cool science. Okay, that's it for housekeeping. So if you're putting together, if I can make this easier for you to put together, well, what should I do for goal setting? If I know why it doesn't work and I know the brain works against me, you'll probably learn a lot more about that on the webinar later if you want to watch that and synthesize this as well. But to oversimplify it for you, if I can give you sort of the step-by-step process, use the vision and goal setting worksheet. If I were you, I would print out the vision and goal setting worksheet and then print out the tiny habits worksheets. And you will have everything you need to put together your goal setting for 2022. First, look at your vision. Remember, that's the top line. And remember, I have said the vision is actually not that interesting, okay? It's great we want to hold it. We want to know what we're working towards, right? That's your blueprint, right? That's the end result, but that's not where we want to put our energy. We don't put our energy into the vision. We put our energy into the process of getting there, okay? So vision is at the top. Then in the vision and goal setting worksheet, the next step is the barriers to success. What has gotten in my way? When we did the tiny habits stuff, the question was, what is making this hard to do, right? So we're taking a look at the very practical daily applications of what it takes to get to your bigger vision. So your bigger vision is only held at the very beginning, right? Big vision, very beginning. Now we move into the practicalities. What is making this hard to do? What is getting in the way? Why haven't I done this in the past? Get very specific. That's sort of the next line, the next layer of the process. And then the third layer, only in the third layer does it become, okay, I'm going to set specificities. Now, in the vision and goal setting worksheet that I gave you, I have you set SMART goals. And this was the question that one of you had asked me. The way that I would do tiny habits in conjunction with SMART goals is I would do vision on top, what's getting in the way, SMART goals, right? So as an example, I want to lose 50 pounds. What is getting in the way? I overeat at night. SMART goal, I'm going to close the kitchen at 7 p.m. SMART goal, I'm going to choose grapes instead of ice cream. SMART goal, those kind of things, right? So now you're getting really specific. Those goals are in relation to what has gotten in the way for you, what has gotten in the way for you to your larger vision. So you can see how it all runs through, right? Now, can you make that goal super tiny? Now that you have this idea of what's making the goal hard to do, what could I do differently that would be very specific? How do I make that automatic? How do I make that tiny? So if your SMART goal is, I will close the kitchen. I use the term close the kitchen. That's not really it's not truly closing the kitchen, but you know what I mean? In other words, you're choosing to not eat any food after 7 p.m. These are just ideas, you guys. As you know, this is not about, I'm not telling you to not eat after 7 p.m. I'm giving you an example of how to work through the process, okay? I'm going to close the kitchen at 7 p.m. How do I make that a tiny habit? My SMART goal is I'm going to close the kitchen at 7 p.m. I make that a tiny habit by saying, after I close the dishwasher from cleaning up after dinner, I will say, the kitchen is now closed, and then I will celebrate. That's one example of a tiny habit, okay? Or after I turn the lights off in the kitchen, I will say, the kitchen is now closed, and then I will celebrate, right? So you are making some tiny habit in relation to that SMART goal in the effort to make it automatic, right? That automaticity. Now, let me just stop here and say, many of you have been joining the Facebook group in these Healthy for the Holiday series as we go along. So some of you might not know what I'm talking about when I talk about the tiny habits. If you're in the Facebook group or if you're in the Mighty Network group, I just want to say this quick pause. All of the previous videos, and there are 49 of them now, are in the Facebook group. They're also on my YouTube channel, every single one of them. They're all Healthy for the Holidays. They're all numbered in which ones they are. If you're in the Mighty Network group, or if you're in the Facebook group, you can also see which weeks we covered which topics. So as I'm talking about tiny habits, and I think that was weeks 5 and 6, or 6 and 7, I can't remember. You'll see, oh, I can go back and reference the tiny habits videos. Okay, so I know a number of you have come in at different times. All of this information is here. It's all free. It's all there for you if you just kind of want to go back and look into it. So I would suggest that honestly, because Facebook categorizes and catalogs things so strangely. First of all, if you're on Facebook, you can sort by most recent. If you sort the posts by most recent, you'll see all the Healthy for the Holidays videos in order, right? On Mighty Network, they are in order in the topic. I made sure that those are in order. So if you're on Mighty Network, just go to the topic, Healthy for the Holidays. Those are in order. Yay. If you want, you can just go to Eliza Kingsford YouTube channel. All of the videos are there as well. Lots of places for you guys to find the videos. So you can go back and take a listen. First of all, if you're just joining us on this video today, you might say, what are we talking about with goal setting? Well, we've been talking about goal setting for week 10. So all of the videos involved in week 10 are about this goal setting and how to do it differently. I keep referencing tiny habits. I think those are 5 and 6 or 6 and 7. You can go back and watch those. Okay, that's my pause. But I'll run through it quickly one more time. The idea here is to start with your vision. And the mistake that most people make is that that's where they stop. They say, here's my vision, and I'm going to accomplish that this year, right? I'm going to save $20,000 this year. I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. I'm going to have a better relationship with my husband this year. I'm going to pay more attention to my kids this year, whatever. Great. Those visions are awesome. But most people stop there. Or if they don't stop there, they make unrealistic expectations of those visions. They say, this is the year that I'm going to put down my phone and not be on my phone at all when I'm with my kid. And I'm going to kiss my husband every day when he comes home from work. And we have these big fancy ideas that veer too far from who we are right now. As you know, as I've talked about, the brain doesn't like that. It's going to steer you away from accomplishing those goals unless you have a better plan for execution. So I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. I'm going to go in the Whole 30 and clean out my kitchen and start a new workout plan. Too much, too big, doesn't take into account who you are right now. We have to work from who we are right now. Take a look and take inventory of what we're doing, who we're being, what's making it so hard for us to do things, what is getting in the way, and slowly and methodically work through that. Now, most people think that that's not very sexy, right? It's so much more sexy to write these big goals and have big dreams and say, I'm going to do these things and it's going to be a fresh start and fresh slate and all that stuff. That is, our brain is not designed to switch like that. Come to the webinar, you guys. I'll teach you all about this step by step in an hour. It's like my warm up for the webinar. The link is in Facebook to sign up to do that. So you should really come. Bringing it all together. Start with your vision. Look at your vision and look at what has been making it hard for me to accomplish this. And then set a specific goal in relation to that roadblock that has been making it hard. Go one step further and make a tiny habit. And as you know about tiny habits, you're not designing for completion of the habit, you're designing for automaticity. You're designing for consistency. How do I make this a consistent thing in my life that I just do? How do I create a habit? Because as you heard me talk about in Tiny Habits Week, we are the sum of our habits. That's it. That's who we are. We are the sum of the things that we are in the habit of doing or not doing. We're in the habit of eating healthy or not eating healthy. We're in the habit of eating sugar or not eating sugar. We're in the habit of going to the gym or not going to the gym. We're in the habit of yelling at our kids or not yelling at our kids. We are in the habit of spending money or not spending money. And that is how everything in our life is created, is because we are either in the habit of doing it or not doing it. And so if you start to take a look at how do I start changing my habits to become a different person, everything in your life will change. And I gave you the exact process for how to do that, how to create a tiny habit, how to attach it to your vision and your goals. Hopefully you have everything you need at this point. Tomorrow, I am going to walk you through what we've done for the last 10 weeks, the various areas of who you are that we focused on, how to put it all together and integrate that into sort of becoming this new person. By tomorrow, you will have 50 videos to look back on and remind yourself of what you can work on and when you're going off track. There's so much content here for you to browse through. What we're going to be doing in the shift, which most of you know the shift by now, my small group program, it starts next Saturday on the 15th of January. I hold your hand and walk you through this whole process from soup to nuts, how to look at your vision and behaviors and who you're being and shift that entire process to become someone new in any area of your life. Just so happens that most people come to me for help with weight and body image and health goals. I've been signing people up for the shift and I've been talking to physicians, veterinarians, stay-at-home moms, military personnel, people from all walks of life working on all different things, people wanting to get back into the workforce, and for whom they know that their relationship with food is just a symptom of something larger going on in their lives. And that's what the shift is all about, is integrating all of these pieces and parts of yourself so that while you blossom into a better relationship with food and your body, you're also blossoming into other areas of your life. The shift is not just for weight and body image. People come in to work on that. But what they realize is that the symptom of weight and body image is just a symptom of the larger portion of the self. So we'll start talking about that today. We will go do some special lives on just the shift all throughout next week if we still have spots available. What do I want to say as I wrap up today? It's slipping my mind. I will see you tomorrow. We'll do a total wrap up of what we've done together for Healthy for the Holidays the last 10 weeks. As you all know, I will be going live in this group. I'll continue to go live once a week throughout 2022, which I'm super excited about because I have loved being live with you all and supporting you. Before I sign off, I just want to make sure there's no questions in there. Hey, Margie, no questions in the Facebook group as we're doing it live. Fantastic. Okay. We are all set for today. I would love to hear how your vision and goal setting is going, how your tiny habits are going. Let me know how you're doing. Keep posting in the Facebook group. Keep sending me DMs. I love hearing from you all. We will wrap up the series tomorrow. Bye, everyone.